Hi everybody, this is Spring with Soaps and Suds and Such, and I'm going to be making mint jelly. And I have here, this is peppermint. I'll be using mainly peppermint in it. I have got a little bit of spearmint I'll be putting into it. And it's wet because I did wash it. Always wash your mint. I have a tad bit of chocolate mint. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a brown tint to the leaves. And I also have just a couple sprigs of sweet mint that I'm going to be using in this. So that's mainly peppermint, a little bit of your spearmint, and a tiny bit of your chocolate mint, and a little bit of the sweet mint. You could use whatever kind of mint you want to use in this jelly to make mint jelly. And once I go to infuse my tea or my water, I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. I have got about 2 cups of chopped. I actually used a pair of the kitchen scissors, but I cut my mint into pieces like so, and I've got about 2 cups there of it packed. And then I like to take my wooden spoon, and I like to kind of do them like if you was had them in a, I can't remember the name of it, mortar and pestle or something or other, and just kind of pound them. But I like to do them like that and bruise them up like so, get them really bruised. And then what I will do is I will cover it with water, and bring it to a boil, and then I will cover my pot and let it simmer, or not simmer, let it steep. Take it off the heat, let it steep for at least 10 minutes. If you go over to 15, well, you know, I've done that before, so you're okay. But I'll let it steep. All I'm doing basically is making like a strong tea, and then when I get ready to make the jelly, I'll bring you back. My husband went out and picked me a lot of honeysuckle. I'll show you. He picked me a basket full of honeysuckle, and we also have the pink honeysuckle, which I hope I've got enough of this to make on its own a jelly, but I thought I would show you that. Hi everybody, this is Spring with Soaps and Suds and Such, and I brought you back to make my mint jelly. And what I have here is the infusion I made with the peppermint, spearmint, sweet mint, and chocolate mint. And I have 2 1/4 cups in here, and I'm going to pour this in my saucepan. It's 2 1/4 cup. And then to that, I will be adding 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Okay, now I'm going to have to bring this to a boil and get it boiling, and then I'll bring you back. Whenever I bring you back, we'll be adding the sugar, and I'll get this boiling and bring you back. Okay, we've got a boil, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to add in 4 cups of sugar to this. That's 2 1/4 cups of mint infusion and 4 cups of sugar. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this back to a boil so that my sugar dissolves. Not a hard rolling boil, but just enough to dissolve my sugar. I want it to be dissolved really good. And I have been infusing a lot of flowers lately. Well, I've been making a lot of jelly lately, and jam also, but I have been infusing a lot of flowers. I'll show you here in a little while some of my infusion that I got from my pretty pink peonies that I'm going to be making jelly with. That peony was an old one that my grandmother had given me, along with my red that she gave me. But I had took the blooms off of that beautiful big pink peony, and it made a beautiful infusion. And then my pink rose actually made a peachy color infusion. And my white peonies made a golden colored, like a yellow infusion. And my mint, I can tell I'm going to have to use a little bit of food coloring in this because I do like it green. And the lemon juice tends to turn it to a yellow color, yellowish brown. And if you want it green, you're going to have to add some food coloring. Not a lot, it doesn't take a whole lot, but that'll turn it green if you use this recipe. And I'll bring you back whenever I get ready to add the rest. Okay, my sugar is melted. I have a slight boil, so I'm going to add a pat of butter to this. Stir that in like so. And now it's time to add my Liquid Pectin. This. So I'm going to add 2 of these. 2 comes to a box. So you'll add both of them if you're making this recipe. That helps ensure that you get a good set. And you know, you can use the powder if you want to. I prefer to use this because the powder to me in these recipes, these certain ones, does not firm up the way we like it. So we prefer it really firm, and the powder doesn't do that for me on these certain recipes. Now on other recipes, you know, the powder is what I do use, but not certain ones, and I will instruct you on that now that I have figured out where I went wrong with my pectin on my first videos of making the flour jellies. And I actually have a chart that I go by on that, but it's one that I actually made myself years ago. Just keeping up with stuff and remembering what I do with it is kind of hard. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing, I have added to this 2 1/4 cup of infused mint infusion, and then 4 cups of sugar, and 1 pat of butter. Oh, and don't forget 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And then I just added 2 packs of Liquid Pectin. Now, I'm getting this to a rolling boil. I'm going to let this boil for 2 minutes, and then I will bring you back to put it into the jars. But that's the boil you want right there. Okay, I'm back, and I have added to this about 3 drops of green food coloring because I want it green. And now I'm ready to put it into my jars. So I'm just going to use my ladle, ladle it right in there, like so. You can decide on your own if you want yours green or not. I like mine green. So in order to get it green, I need a little dab more in there. You'll have to add some, well, not necessarily. Different mints do differently. Now that was a mixture. Certain ones are greener than others. Okay, now you want to wipe your rims off. I have boiled my tips and my lids, And also my jars have been in a hot water bath boiling. So there's what it looks like. A beautiful green. If you can see that. I'll set that right over there, out of my way. Okay, and I'm going to fill another. Yeah, it's very important that you always wipe your rim of your jar, because if you don't, then you may not know it and have something, you know, some jelly on your rim, and end up causing your jar not to seal. I like for my jars to seal, so. Beautiful jar of jelly. That's mint jelly. And I'll bring you back once I fill these up, and I'll show you my infusions.